Hello there, Divine Masculine Force. Whether you are in a Divine Masculine embodier, you're watching for your own Divine Masculine energy, or you're watching for a Divine Masculine embodier in your life, this message is hand in hand with the Divine Feminine video that I just recorded and let out. And what's really interesting is that the All-Father wants to speak to the Divine Masculine Force, especially those in a twin flame relationship along their journey of self-love. And in my spot, which I pulled over in, it's kind of quiet. I'm going to clean out the car here in a minute, which is nice to have like a little privacy to do, shaking out blankets and stuff. But there's a controlled fire. Okay. Can you see? Yeah. So take that as a direct reflection of what is happening in the Divine Masculine energetic scope. I have some decks for the Divine Masculines. Sorry if you don't know my story, you're on my lap. But you got a nice view here. I'm using the Druid Craft Tarot deck by Stephanie Phillip Cargom and Will Worthington. I have the Soulmate cards by Tony Carmine Salerno nearby, as well as the messages from your angels. If you would like to support the channel and keep getting guiding messages such as these, please like, share, subscribe. You can get me on the algorithm. You can get in line for a healing Reiki session or a personal card reading with yours truly. You can join me on Patreon for monthly subscriptions, like a Netflix, for services done on the 1st of every month. And you can join me on Facebook and Instagram for free daily card pulls. And if you would like to support a one-time donation, energy exchange donations are always accepted. The links and information and descriptions about the services, the personal services, will be down below in the information box. So let's see what we have going on here for the Divine Masculine Force. I'm feeling these two. Alright, Divine Masculines. Your Divine Feminine self is healing, it's fire, it's lit, it needs to take action. You're feeling clogged, you feel like you don't know, you feel like you can't trust yourself. Whenever there's too much emotion going on, always lean on the positive, lean on the angelic, try to see things from a bird's eye view, try to see it all. All right, the 7 of Cups, don't get caught in the 6, rise above, ascend, try and see that your pain is connected to the collective consciousness pain. So if you are in a twin flame relationship, or you're not the runner, if your Divine Feminine is the chaser or the runner, and you're calibrating and doing this divine self-love work. Right now it's fire. It's wands. It You need to, as long as you experience emotions, you need to not condemn yourself for having emotions. Allow these emotions to be. Don't shut them out. Don't invalidate them in your own self. And a lot of Divine Masculines struggling to learn of their divinity, they take that energy out on other Divine Feminines or others around them. The Divine Feminine force outside of themselves, in whatever way, shape, or form. I'm seeing 3 more from this deck. Let's get another message for the Divine Masculine force during changes. So 3 of Pentacles and 6 of Swords. And split the deck. The Sun. All right. 3 of Pentacles. So life is getting good. And I love that the cat is rubbing up against the person. When you are embraced by the mysticism. And when you embrace that mysticism as inspiration, you align with stardust energy to flow through you that is beautiful. That is our artistry. That will perhaps send really good ripple effects. Embracing that Divine Feminine force right now, which is the mysticism, which is the unknown for the most part. You're making room for this, and oh, hello, Ravens. You're making room for this, and you're allowing like when you make room for this in your own self, you allow room for that outside of yourself. You need to let a person be bigger than you've ever allowed them to be in your vicinity. You need to burn, controlled burn. I just want that to, I'm so dramatic. The controlled burn to clear space. Not just for yourself and for your own balance, but for others around you as well. It may hurt at all going from one mindscape into another, but trust that happiness, abundance, purity, heaven on earth wait for you. Spirit does not punish. Energy is always transformed, transmuted, never destroyed. And you're really tapping into that frequency right now. All right, so let's get the soulmate cards. I have a feeling that the divine masculine energies watching this really are searching for love. And I know that I'm missing one card in this deck. That happens, you know. It's no shame or blame in the game. It got totally destroyed. Like, it split apart. And for me, it was a direct reflection. But there is a message in this deck, however incomplete. Like the moon, always able to shine. Your love is like a burst of sunshine on a cloudy day. Your smile is imprinted in my heart. Your beauty reflected by the stars. Your essence is the air I breathe. You really... Divine masculines, surrender over to the feminine force. You are half woman. You absorbed a woman, and life is feminine. Just because you don't get to create more life does not mean you are any less essential to it. Just because there's an ability to worship another does not diminish your own divinity. It can only add to it. At least one more. Close your eyes and feel your spiritual connection to everything on this planet. Every person, animal, tree, flower. Feel the ocean, the wind, the sky, all in perfect harmony, moved by the one eternal flow of love. All of life is happening at once. The life of a microbe is very dramatic. All right, it's just much smaller. The life of a whale is very dramatic. It's just much bigger. We are all one under Christ consciousness. And to release your ego, which the masculine force as a whole has really, as a coping mechanism, clung on to and then forced others to do the same so they could feel more accepted and connected, so that their tribe reflected them more. Being of influence is no longer the way. Absorbing into the original forces of creation is. Allowing them to work through you is. All right, divine masculines. Really is a need to admit to yourself that your feelings are real. And if you're recognizing any narcissistic tendencies, or if you're yearning to give love, but are having a hard time releasing a definition on what that means, just release control. Close your eyes. Feel the spiritual connection. Work that divine feminine flow. Let it burn away the bridges that you thought you needed, but you really don't. Do I? Oh no, that's just a wrinkle. I'm closer to 30 than... Oh! Daniel, I am the angel of marriage and I am assisting you right now. The world is experiencing a global shift. The divine feminine is waking up. Masculines are not necessary for life to exist. Masculines are not necessary. They are decoration. They are they're the chosen accessory to life. And it's like, that's why masculines are so pressured into doing things against each other ever since we've removed ourselves out of nature. It is very natural for the masculine force to worship and honor and attract, in most cases, without force, by a mere show of self. In hopes of being chosen. Now, we're apes. We developed more from that lineage, more from that kin. So strength and not needing to self-defend is a perk. Boy, did that get twisted into a, you can't self-defend, you don't need to self-defend. And in that power, like, there's a twist that happens a lot, which you may have inadvertently allowed to work through you, which means you're not ready for marriage, or healing the marriage bond. Don't twist things around. Don't make their lack of need to self-defend for survival if you're watching this message, there's an acute and very dangerous possibility where you don't even know what you're doing, but you turn that into their threat. They can't defend, they don't need to defend themselves. They no longer know how to. So it makes it really easy to be an emotional manipulator. As a divine masculine force, you've been emotionally manipulated. You don't know how to nourish, how to construct. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants with Indriel. You are learning how to be a divine masculine, someone worth marrying. It's the controlled fire. I think the helicopters are just keeping a bird's eye view of things. But they did go right overhead. So we are living through this change, especially if you're in a twin flame relationship. You've got to do the individual work. You've got to carry the code of all of the precedents of the ancestry that made up you and decide that that's not how it works anymore. You need to be the shift. You need to work the light. You need to be changed. You need to exemplify what good marriage material is. Because that's not a bad thing. And oftentimes when you just don't enjoy your singlehood and waste it by intermingling, chasing down, learning lessons through other people that you don't need other people to learn, you're feeling a push to be of service, a push. You might have marriage on the brain. You might be wanting to settle down and be serviced. If you want to be serviced, you've got to work how to be of service first, especially if you're a divine masculine force. You've got to lead the way in this world in your own masculine pace. You're a man in a man's world. So the more you internally calibrate into your own divine feminine self and allow for the feminine to stand beside you proudly, equally, by allowing the feminine force equal measure in your own right first, happiness, harmony, fulfillment. Everybody who lives under the sun has a right to live how they want to under the sun. Naked. Who cares? No lust. That's not the good part of marriage. It's icing on the cake. It's an expression of the good stuff. That's what sex is supposed to be. An expression of the good stuff. That is underneath it. So if you don't have good substance, learn. Burn away. Let go from one mindset of the other. Become substance. No matter where you're starting off, it's going to lead to really good things, divine masculines. We need you to remember that you are half woman. Why do you have nipples? Every fetus starts out feminine. That's partly why. Alrighty, babes. I'm seeing myself a few more from the messages from your angels. So let's get a final message from Spirit for the masculine force. Here we go. Asaya, it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. Isabella, yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. I can't find it, but the sun follows your positive expectations. The 6 of Swords. All right, so you are acting in your divine feminine right and rebirthing yourself and working your co-creation. You are half woman. Do not deny this of yourself. Now is the time to rebirth a definition of manhood. Yes! King, get it. Get it. The time is now. If not now, when? All right. So when you take excellent, with Bethany and Francesca, when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today. Francesca, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So self-care means a lot more than just putting attention toward your 3D self. This self-care is frequency-oriented, especially with me as your channeler. This self-care is making sure that you feel good on the outside, or feel good on the inside so that you can feel good on the outside. You got to take care of yourself and get your ducks in an order and get your ducks in a row. I'm sensing financially, I'm sensing fiscally, I'm sensing like you want to present a real domino effect sort of gift for someone. But so it's allowing linear time to do that, but how you do that is essential. So what is it that you want? You want to feel relaxed. You want to have a best friend. You want to be there for someone in the way that they are there for you, and you want to finally allow this to happen. What is it that you really want? It's nothing that's currently around you. Otherwise, there wouldn't be this itch, this burn. Right? You gotta, what is it that you want? Well, you want to feel soothed. You want this to burn all the way through. You don't want to bring this with you anymore. It's time to die a little. What do you want? Okay, well, if that's what you want, it has to come from within you. So again, molecularly rearrange in your own self. Take excellent care of you and your emotions and your feminine side. Alrighty. There it is, my people. Thank you so much for letting me channel for you. I am deeply, deeply, deeply honored. Take care, rock on. I love you for loving yourself. I love you to bits and pieces and back together again. You know where to find me for future or personal guidance along your ascension. Take care.